This is Nerd News Cafe. Stir it up with Matt, Landon, and Justin.
Get ready to stir it up. It is round 22, and we are coming at you a little harder than usual because we are past our legal age of doing any of the right decisions. So this is Matt.
This is Justin.
And no Landon.
Still missing a Landon.
Good for him.
I'm glad.
No. I was like, good for him. I'm glad he's taking a break.
Well earned time off.
That's right. He pulled a hammy, is what I understand. Getting his crap out of Knoxville.
He needed that protein shake.
I know. That's what I was thinking. He needed
protein.
He should have carb loaded.
Power bars.
Power bars. I'm gonna hit 16 energy drinks here in Nashville. Woo!
He was just bench pressing boxes
That's
full
right.
of junk.
That's right. He did like the clampets, and I mean he strapped it all to the top of the car, grandma included, and
moved to Beverly.
Nashville.
That is.
Home of the stars.
Yeah. We expect he'll be back next week.
Oh, absolutely.
But for now,
he needs a rest. He needs his rest. He's getting along in those years.
Yep, he is a little long in the teeth.
Long in the teeth.
He'll be
the beard.
Coming back refreshed
right.
and ready to offend everybody.
That's right. I mean, can you imagine the amount he hasn't said that it's just going to vomit on?
Well, I also think
you might want to keep that button real close to the heart there.
He always when he misses an episode, he always has a lot to say about things we talked about.
Oh, yeah, he does.
I just wonder how fired up he's going to be listening to these two. And
let's make it worth his while.
We'll hear about it.
Let's make it worth his while.
Oh, we should talk some crap about the Chicago Cubs.
Oh, my God.
And what else can we crap on?
The dissemination of them right now. Have they sold everybody they have? Isn't that what World Series teams do? They win, and then it's like, it's a fire sale.
Pretty much. You get the pennant, and then you're done.
Yeah, you get the pennant. Everybody gets a ring, and then you go home, literally.
Yeah.
Everybody gets to go home.
Then everybody should be satisfied for another 150 years.
Oh, yeah, he's good. They don't need to win anything else, whether it be a division or a game. Terrible.
It does suck, though. I mean, like, these teams...
I've never understood it. I've never understood why you would break up a team after they just did it all.
Yeah, I
don't know if that's what's happening with them currently, but I know that's like the Marlins is the one I can think of right off the top of my head.
Yeah,
they won, and it was like fire sale.
Yeah. The Diamondbacks did it too.
Diamondbacks, yeah, absolutely.
I remember them getting rid of all their pitching.
Did they get rid of Randy Johnson in that point?
Probably. He and Kurt
Johnson.
Schilling both. Schilling ended up going to Boston after that.
Yeah. I'm sad for his soul.
I don't know where Randy Johnson ended up going, but yeah, it is something. It's like, I guess it's a salary cap era thing.
Sure.
You bringing up people because you're like, we got a strike right now while the Iron's hot. We'll bring in some free agents. We'll win us a World Series, and then we'll get rid of the whole roster.
Yeah, we'll melt that one.
And then we'll start growing from the minors.
I guess and that's what I was about to say. I guess where baseball has an advantage is there are so many people ready to move up. Mm-hmm. I mean, they've got this whole farming industry where it's like, come on in, Yeah.
So. Yeah, I really do like the way baseball does the minor league system.
I wish everybody did. I wish football did. I don't know that you could do it in football necessarily because of the longevity of the sport. Mm-hmm. I mean, you've only got some really good prime years.
That's true. You don't really play as long in basketball.
The problems we have with and this has become sports talk.
It is.
The problems you have with anything where people get a lot of money real quick is they go stupid with it.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you had a farm league for anything, whether it be business, it's like, I'm sorry, you can't be a part of Facebook. You can be a part of, I don't know, this Disney site we need worked on or something.
Some sort of,
farm league, get down there.
Minor league social media.
Holy crap. Minor leagues for business would be hilarious.
Anyway, minor leagues.
Minor leagues.
Go support them.
That's right. Go seize them. All right, so I guess we need to go ahead and get the show going.
Let's do it. Let's finally.
We don't have Landon here to detract me or others from doing what we're supposed to be doing, so let's go ahead and move to comics.
I think it's time to move into the comic book corner. I didn't use my soundboard today, but I had to have my echo.
I know. I noticed that app is not ready and going.
Yeah.
That's for Landon.
I still have the air horn.
The mouth horn.
Mouth horn. So like I said, taking a little different approach to Comic Book Corner, I'm going to give you a couple of recommendations this week. Three. I have three recommendations for you.
Trace.
We'll start with the first one. It's been out a few weeks. This is a little independent comic. It's an Aftershock comic, and it's called Baby Teeth. Baby Teeth #1. Donnie Cates and Gary Brown. It also lists Mark Englert and Taylor Esposito. I'm not familiar with any of those people. Maybe you are. But those are people who are the creative artists and writers behind this one. So, Baby Teeth, the best way to kind of give you an idea of what you're getting into with this book is think about Rosemary's Baby.
Okay.
And you've got a good idea of what we're dealing with.
Oh, Lord.
So, except if you watch Rosemary's Baby today, that's a pretty boring movie.
It doesn't hold up.
Until the baby shows up, and that's crazy. But this book, we start pretty strong. I mean, it's the mother starts out and she's recording a video on her camera that eventually is intended for the baby to watch, and just basically trying to explain what his background is, where he came from, and what she experienced leading up to his birth and up to today. So, because we don't know yet what's going on, but she doesn't expect she's going to make it much longer for some reason. And so, and the book starts out, she explains she was pregnant, she was trying to hide it from people, nobody really knew about it, only her sister. She immediately, like, she doesn't have any contractions or anything, her water breaks unexpectedly, and then contractions start, and it's not just her having contractions. Every contraction she has causes an earthquake.
Jeez.
And
might be a premonition.
Yeah. It's there are a couple really nice quotes in here, but one of the things she says is, and this is a message to the baby, every time she had a contraction, the earthquakes got worse, and she said, the entire world shaking with each step you took towards it.
Oh, good Lord.
That's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then she talks about, I don't know, she doesn't refer to who said this, but she said, later a man would tell me, the world trembled as the boy approached, and when he arrived, it cowered like a beaten dog. So, because as soon as he was born, the earthquake stopped. So, there's a little picture here of the baby. Black eyeballs.
Yikes.
Yeah. Pale white with black eyeballs. Never a good sign. I would say put it back. Mm-hmm. Send it back. Put that thing back in where it came from. So help me.
So help me.
But yeah, that's as far as the first one gets. Is really it just kind of gets to the birth, and then she's wrapping up her video saying, by the time you read or listen to this message, I probably won't be around anymore. So it's interesting. I would say if you're kind of,
like she already knows that she's being hunted, maybe, or maybe something's in search of her.
So I think the idea is that she's trying to keep him safe because people are out there hunting him down, knowing the threat that he is to the world.
Interesting.
Because essentially, it sounds like he's the devil.
Maybe that's a little harsh.
Or the son of the devil.
Maybe a cousin.
Little Nicky.
Little Nicky. Oh my God. Oh, that's the turn. Oh, I'm ready. I can't do a Little Nicky voice.
So that was pretty cool. If you're into that sort
Adam
of thing,
Sandler could either.
He tried. But if you're into that sort of thing, kind of an offbeat independent comic, I recommend that one. The second one I want to talk about today is Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man #1.
Nice.
Yeah, that hit the shelves this week. And you might be saying to yourself, there's already a Spider-Man comic going on right now. And that's true. And the people responsible for this one, I'm going to let you know, it's Chip Zdarsky is the writer, Adam Kubert is the artist, and Jordi Belair cuddle artist. They'll cuddle with you while you read.
He's the cuddle artist.
Color artist.
He actually has to have someone spooning him while he draws.
Or you get spooned while you read it, which would be a nice,
it's on his contract.
comfy way to check out a comic book.
No less than 5 spoonings a day.
Spoonings. But the interesting thing here is they've got, of course, at the end of the comic, there's the typical letter to the fans, letter to the reader, and
explaining why.
Yeah, this was written by Nick.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm here to talk about the comic.
Oh, he's the editor.
Oh,
that's why. But basically, he said,
Nick the editor.
He said, "Why does this book exist? Don't you already have a Spider-Man book? You're quite astute. We do have Amazing Spider-Man." But basically, he said, with a certain movie coming out next month and a new animated series later this year, we in the comics world wanted to make sure that newly excited Spider fans had a super easy landing pad. Plus, he says Chip and Adam, the two people I did mention, secretly met 1 year ago today in Greenland and made a blood pact with a pan-dimensional warlock to create a new Spider-Man book, apparently.
It's pretty low-key for warlocks.
Yeah, no, that seems like...
He's got like this grocery list of things he needs to get done, harm humans, arise a new threat in the world, Spider-Man comic.
Spider-Man comic. Got to have a new one.
Yeah, I need to do that.
So now the reason I bring that up is because I find that kind of interesting that they introduced this as a vehicle for new Spider-Man fans, an entry point who are going to be into the new animated series and the new movie. And the reason that's interesting to me is one of the prominent characters in this particular issue is the Human Torch.
Really?
Yeah, Johnny Storm is hanging out with Spider-Man. They're chilling like they're best friends. They're having a meal together, and they make plans to go see a movie later.
Well, I mean, Fox does own... Is it Fox? It's Fox, right? Oh, Sony.
Sony.
Fox. No, it's Sony. Fox owns X-Men. Yeah, Sony owns the Fantastic Four, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's not far-fetched. I mean, that would be weird to see that in Homecoming. I'm not saying it's in there.
No,
I'm just like... What?
I'm not expecting Johnny Storm to be in Homecoming. I'm just wondering if they're trying to set that up, like a possibility.
Maybe for the animated.
Maybe for the animated series. Maybe you could be
actually,
right
if you're going to repair the Fantastic Four, that's probably the correct vehicle.
That's right. That would be a good way to do it. We also get an Ant-Man appearance.
Yes.
Yep.
Is it the right Ant-Man?
Well, I mean, you only see him really with his helmet on mostly. There might be a shot with his helmet off later because he has to go get it repaired. There's something wrong with his helmet and it won't let him grow to full size at this point. So he's like 3.5 feet tall.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So they end up going to see they call him the Mason.
Okay.
Yeah, and apparently he's gotten into the business of fixing up superhero tech.
That's an interesting guy. I like that guy. I like that aspect of it. It's like, where do you go to get this worked on? Because you're not going to take, down to the old Best Buy there. It's like, hey, I've got these web slingers, and they're not shooting web. So, Geek Squad, hook it up.
Yeah, that's you got to have your superhero Geek Squad.
Superhero Geek Squad.
But the Tinkerer is apparently his brother. So the Mason's brother is the Tinkerer, and the Tinkerer is a guy who makes super villain tech.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he feels like he's balancing out the world by helping the superheroes.
He looks like somebody, like an actor, and I can't think of who.
Andre the Giant?
Oh,
he kind of looks like Andre the
Giant.
Is.
I'm like, why does he look so familiar?
And he looks big. I mean, in this panel, they make him look big. So, and we got Falcon. Falcon makes an appearance here.
Okay. Well, see, now we're starting to blur the lines a little bit.
Mm-hmm. But it's kind of a convergence point. They're all hanging out at the Mason's place because he's fixing up stuff for him. Apparently, Falcon was veering to the left a little bit and needed a wing fixed.
His yar was off.
Yeah. So, but they also reference Stark because some bad guys that Spider-Man takes down are carrying a Stark phone, but it's been hacked. And they're like, well, these things are supposed to be impenetrable. You're not supposed to be able to hack a Stark phone. So they start doing their detective work, trying to find out if there are any other hacked Stark phones out there. And he does track one down, and he goes to check it out. And I'm not going to spoil that part of it, but he has to go to Chicago to track it down.
Chicago.
Yeah. And so it looks like part of this comic is going to be trying to get behind what's going on there. And then there's a little sub-story that they introduce right at the very end, which is this lady. And I don't want to say who they say she is because I feel like you should pick it up. But it's someone that we didn't realize existed. So, a little surprise, a little tease there.
Yeah.
Someone that I've never... Have you ever heard anything like that referenced before?
Mm-mm.
Did you read this? That says right there.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever been a thing.
I don't think so. So,
and that makes me wonder. You guys need to check this out because if it has implications to be connected to Homecoming, it'll be interesting to see if that is in Homecoming.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's pretty prominent, guys. So you might want to check that one out.
And it's good. It's a good book. It was fun to read, and it looks like it's setting up something that's going to be fun. You've got a lot of characters crossing over. So I would say go pick up that book. And if you are a person who, we've talked about before, it can be overwhelming trying to jump into some of these series that have been out for a long time.
Yeah.
So you've got a number one to pick up right here.
Boom. Done.
Yeah. And it's pretty good. I enjoyed that one. The last one I want to mention, I didn't pick this one up this week, but I'm definitely probably going to have to pick it up next week because it crosses over with X-Men Gold and with Weapon X, which are a couple that I have been reading, is the Weapons of Mutant Destruction Alpha. Okay. This is the story where you've got your Wolverine Hulk hybrid character that's being introduced. And, I mean, sounds pretty amazing. It sounds unstoppable. Yeah. What would you do with a Wolverine Hulk?
I don't know. With all that rage. He's always raging, so he's always growing. He's always impenetrable. What do you do?
Yep. It sounds like it really, WMD sounds pretty appropriate.
Gamavine?
I think all you could do is tranquilize it, put it to sleep.
He's a Volk or a...
Are you trying to make like a relationship name?
He's a Wark.
Or a Wolverine.
Wolverine, yeah, there you go. A Wolverine. I like that one better than Walk. It sounds like you're trying to say what, but you've got something in your mouth. Walk.
But yeah, so it was highly recommended to me by Richard at Nerdvana Comics Knoxville that I picked that one up. I already had a big stack this week, so I did. So I did not grab that one, but and there was a new gold that came out this week, so I needed that. And I picked up Batwoman. A new Batwoman came out. Yep. So
progressing the Noir story.
Mm-hmm. So I would just say, you've got some good options out there if you're not already on a series. I want to talk about this for a second. So staying in comic books for just a 1 minute longer. My daughter has recently really gotten into comics, and she's found a few series that she really likes. One of them is called The Once and Future Queen, which is it's like a King Arthur kind of story, but it's a lady.
They canceled that one, right?
It's canceled now. So they only released 2 comics, and then it got canceled because apparently the subscriptions were low, and the distributor just felt like it didn't have any legs, and so they ended it. But they had already planned to make at least the first 4. They'd already written them and everything, so they are going to release a graphic novel for the Once and Future Queen that's at least going to wrap up this first little story arc. Well, Richard was saying that it's kind of an interesting thing. Since they announced the graphic novel, the orders are like 3 times what the demand for the book was.
Really?
So it sounds like it had an audience, but what the problem is the audience is mostly women, and women they're still new to the comic book game, and because they're not used to the way that maybe they don't go to the comic book store all the time, maybe they don't always feel welcome. They also are not subscribers. So there wasn't a built-in demand for the book. So even though it was getting picked up, it was leaving the shelves. It didn't, from the distributor level, it didn't look like there was a demand for it. So I would just say to the ladies out there,
that'd be interesting to see a reversal on that.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, maybe they could bring it back, but the same thing is happening to Hulk, because Richard actually stopped ordering Hulk because people weren't picking it up. And maybe it is that books that have like a strong female lead, or are focused on a female lead, don't have the same kind of demand because ladies don't typically, not as much as men do, go to the comic book stores and pick up the books frequently.
They don't go to hang out.
They're not going to hang out.
Maybe, like you said, there's not a welcoming community as of yet. Maybe there. I mean, I'm sure there is in a lot of places, and Richard's done a real good job, I think, of having ladies' night. Trying to say, hey, this is for everybody, kind of thing. And I'm sure that's happening all the way around. But as you say, it may not be. So it's easier to grab that graphic novel, which has so many issues in it, take that home, read it, and wait till the next one.
Yeah.
So I don't blame them. Just being a guy myself, I'm more of that kind of person too. I would rather have them all in one thing. And I think was a Hunter. That was his thing. He's like, "Can I get a graphic novel?" Because that's what he would rather have. So.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, it's a dangerous habit going weekly and picking up a stack of books like I've been doing.
But it's not any cheaper. It's not any cheaper to get the graphic novels because I can almost bet it's pretty close to how many you might get 20%, 10% off of that versus buying all of them. Now, you don't get all the covers.
Yeah.
You don't get all the, the little editor notes and this, that, and the other in those novels. So
the difference is that if you go buy a graphic novel, say, once every 4 or 5 weeks, you're not going in weekly and adding to your stack, which is what I do.
Exactly. Well, no. You have got an array of different titles.
Yeah.
So
keep adding things like Baby Teeth and Redneck. And
you're just picking up stuff left and right. But those are kind of hit or miss. I can see you falling off some and coming back to others. So
I would. There'd definitely be some that I'd be like, okay, I tried it out. It wasn't my thing, and I'm not going to keep going. But then there's the danger that I find one I really like, and now I've got a new one.
Yeah.
A new series I have to follow.
You went from 8 to 12.
Yeah. So, and I'm already in trouble on a weekly basis for the money I spend in the comic book store.
But that was a fun budgetary meeting.
Yeah, that's the minor leagues of budgeting.
She's like,
you have to budget at home.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. You start small, and then before you get that corporation, you got to worry about home.
Yeah, balance that comic book budget.
That's right.
So, but anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I'm putting a call out there to the ladies. Make your presence felt at the comic book store.
Yeah, if you like these stories, you've definitely got to let them know that you want them.
Pick them up and subscribe. Start doing the subscriptions.
Yeah, absolutely. And if that's what they're basing their numbers off of, then yeah. I mean, I guess that's where they get their projections. They can't really say, oh, everybody bought number 1. They must really like this comic. Well, that didn't mean anything. It just means a whole bunch of people bought number 1. So, we'll see what happens with that.
All right. So we don't have Landon here to do his hot and streamy and let us know what's coming to Netflix in July. So what I'm going to do is tell you what's going away in July.
Like Landon.
Yep. Missing from Netflix.
That's right. Missing from Netflix and missing from this podcast is Landon and his report of this. So guess what?
So now we're going to tell you. This is just to make us upset and think about all the things that are going to be missing.
Are you going to play that Sarah McLachlan song under this?
Yeah. Yep. I might.
Okay. You need to get
it. Is. This should be like an in memoriam.
There you go. In memoriam to Netflix.
Yeah. So July 1st, here's what we're losing. Blazing Saddles. So if you haven't watched it yet and you want to pick and you don't own it, go watch
half of it. I need to watch it again.
By the time this comes out, you'll have a few days.
Yeah.
American Pie Band Camp is going. Who cares? Yeah.
Good riddance.
Batman's going away.
The original?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it just says Batman. I don't know if that means the Michael Keaton.
All of them. All the Batman.
All Batman.
All the Batman.
All Batman's going away. MacGyver seasons 1 to 7 is going away.
Oh, guys. You got to see how a paperclip chewing gum and a pair of pliers can blow up a terrorist cabin.
MacGyver's good stuff. I mean,
it is.
I don't think you can stream all 7 seasons and cram it in before it's gone. But if you've never experienced MacGyver, I feel like
are they going to have any time when we hear this?
Yeah, they will. Because today's the
25th. No, that's right. God, I'm already at 4th of July, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're not quite there yet.
No.
What else are you going to be missing? Let me tell you. Death Beach. Yeah. No. Hugo. Which is a pretty good movie.
If you guys want to get on that.
Kate and Leopold's going away.
I like Kate and Leopold. That was a good first Hugh Jackman.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
The Last Samurai.
It's a time travel movie.
It is.
Yeah,
that's true. The Last Samurai is going away.
That's a good one. I mean, how you feel about Tom Cruise either way, but Last Samurai is good.
And apparently The Get Down, which is a Netflix original, has been canceled.
Oh, no, not a Netflix original.
Yeah, they're not going to make any more of that.
I didn't watch it. I don't know. I have no idea on that one.
Also, they're canceling Marco Polo.
That's been canceled for a while. I was interested in it, but it wasn't enough interest for me to watch it.
Fair enough. I just thought the whole time I'd have to sit there with my eyes closed going, Polo!
Polo! Polo. He just goes, I'm Marco. Polo. Oh, that's a good drinking game.
Wait, I did it backwards. If you have your eyes closed, you're the one saying Marco.
Yeah.
Ah, failed. Yeah. Failed joke.
We can reverse it.
That's okay. I put my failure out there on a weekly basis. But yeah, a few things going away. So hopefully it'll be replaced by good stuff.
Yeah, because our next report when I guess when he is rehabilitated from his moving.
When he recovers.
Yeah, he recovers. Rehabilitated like it was some kind of like he went on a bender of moving.
He's addicted to moving.
He's addicted to moving. I love moving. I love putting things in boxes and putting them on a truck and lugging them everywhere. No.
Worst habit ever.
No one. If that is a true strange addiction episode for sure.
Yeah.
No, when he comes back, he should have a good, nice, hot and streamy of what's coming to the old Netflixers.
Yeah. So they're gonna have to make up for all that stuff they're taking away from us.
That's right. Blazing Saddles. I mean, seriously, was that even on a whole month?
It's been around a little while.
Has it?
Yeah.
I swear it came just in June. Like
I feel like it's been. Well, I guess that fair enough. By the time it's that would be a month. It's at least been around a couple months because I watched it several weeks back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I just didn't know.
You may not. It slipped under the radar.
That's right. Well, so I guess that's all we're saying goodbye to, and I'm going to pivot with that into Star Trek talk.
All right, so, let's do it.
I have a premium roast with this. It's never ending with this Star Trek show. It is never ending. You get good, and then you get bad, and you get more good, and you get more bad.
Yeah.
And now the biggest thing is we've had a diversity problem here lately. People are talking about, it should be this, it should be that. Blah. I don't care. There are aliens and there's humans, so I don't care. I've gotten over the shock of what's happening with the Klingons because it's story related as to why they look that way. Mm-hmm. So, and I don't want to
accept it.
Well, I don't want to spoil it for anybody because it truly has. They truly have put it into a storyline type of bottle.
Okay.
So I'm cool with that. So moving forward, now we have come out with the comments of that they are doing away with some of Roddenberry's rules, some of his unsaid things that are in the episode. Mm-hmm. And there's different things, things should wrap up in a certain amount of time. They don't do a whole lot of serialization with Star Trek, which they really do. The couple articles I read were like, Star Trek's not a serial. They're always wrapping it up per episode. That's bullcrap. If you've seen DS9, if you've seen Voyager, even TNG, they stretched some things out. Like there was some things you knew about people that went on for a while. Mm. Worf had a son. I mean, if you didn't see that first thing and he shows up, it's like, who the crap is that?
Right.
What is that thing?
Who's that guy?
What is that? And then that later shows up in DS9. So, there are some things that carry over. So that's one of the things they were talking about. That's gonna be more serialized, but the big thing that they're talking about that they're doing away with is one of Gene's big Bible related
Roddenberry rules.
The Roddenberry rules, which should be a show, but is that there is not a whole lot of conflict within the ship. Mm. It is a military vessel. It is in space, so it's kind of like a submarine, as were. I guess we're going to go more with a Crimson Tide kind of aspect now, where we're fighting amongst ourselves, because that's what they said there's going to be a lot more of, is in-series conflict with the characters.
So like power struggles between levels, or?
I guess. I don't know. Maybe there'll be some fight scenes. My thing is...
There's a fight club on the ship.
The fight club. Come into the mess hall, get beat up. I mean, in TOS, there was a lot of, rubbing of personalities between Spock and Bones, but they didn't fight, and they respected each other as they were respected characters.
Yeah.
The way they're talking to this, it's going to be like petty stuff. It's going to be like people hating on people. It sounds like it's going to be gossip.
Oh.
I don't care for any of this.
Introducing cattiness.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't need reality show ethics pushed into my Star Trek. I don't need it.
Yeah.
I can literally watch that in any other show.
So this is going to be Real World Star Trek.
Real World Star Trek.
Real World Star Trek Edition.
Andromeda. Where people get real on a real ship.
Yeah, well, when you were mentioning this before, I was
Puck is first officer.
I was like, it might be cool, though, if they introduce, like, diary sessions and we get to see them sit down.
We did make some jokes about that. It's like, I'm tired of cleaning the mess hall. The captain's always like, clean the mess hall. I'm tired of cleaning the mess hall. It's silly. And I'm trying to stay away from the drama that is the way this show looks, where it does not look Prime and it looks very Kelvin timeline. I want to see it before I make my initial comments. So I'm letting that go. People were analyzing the emblems. We are down to analyzing colors on the uniforms. Don't get me wrong. That's what nerds do. I get it. It's very overwhelming. But this is something is like right at the heart of this show, like what you're going to get content wise. I don't need Game of Thrones and Star Trek. I don't need it.
Yeah.
I don't need it.
Yeah, well, maybe you won't get so many decapitations.
Hopefully we don't kill people off left and right.
Maybe no incest.
No. Can you do that on this So, I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. It goes well for that genre. Game of Thrones, as far as that's how Middle Earth. That's how the Middle Ages worked, So, but this is the military. Granted, the military is not a perfect system. I'm sure people hate each other, but I would imagine they would have to respect each other to get through it. And I can only imagine in a submarine or a vehicle that is far away from home situation. How does that work? You can't be, I don't like the commander. What a piece of crap. I'm not going to do what they say. Oh, okay. So you're not going to clean out the reactor. Now we're all dead. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. I guess the other side of that I would think is that when you are in a tight claustrophobic space,
people are going to get on your nerves.
People are going
That's
to rub
going to
on
happen.
You, and you're going to have the personality conflicts. Mm-hmm. But you'd think that you'd want it to stay civil and professional, and there'd probably be like you said, the relationship between Spock and Bones,
and that's fine. I don't care
that sort of thing.
I don't care about personality,
but we're gonna have like it boiling over into like fisticuffs.
That's the way it's being billed. Is that it's going to be to the point of they can't stand each other. Now, granted, we had a little bit of that in Voyager. If you've watched any of the Voyager, they were two crews that had to work together. They did not trust each other. There was a lot of dissemination between the ranks and who was going to be what, because the captain had to promote people from this resistance into Starfleet as like first officers and science officers and engineers, people that were a part of a resistance.
Yeah.
That had no rank, no time served under Captain Malloy and his pettiness, to get where they are. There was a lot of that, and there was a lot of people that were jealousy and stuff like that. I can understand that. I get that. That happens. Mm-hmm. But if that's all we're doing, when we're looking at a planet and then we just focus on everything that's happening, it's like, oh my God. I just want to hang myself.
Did you hear what she said to me?
Yeah, literally, you can take away all the special equipment. Yeah. Just throw it away. Throw it in the trash. It's garbage.
It's going to be the high school drama version of Star Trek.
Oh, my God. High School Musical, Star Trek edition. Yeah, it's Grease. It's Grease in space.
Grease in space.
Hey, I'm just making the space thing happen. That's my best Travolta. That's all I got.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. It's young Travolta. I can't do old Travolta. I don't know. I don't want reality show content in Star Trek. I just don't.
Maybe it won't be as bad as what it sounds. And
I know. I'm being
can't
pretty early with these comments.
Yeah,
so.
They can't make it a main focus of the show. People would be so upset. And the thing about it is, if they're banking on subscriptions to try to keep this thing going, that'd be a super big risk, because your whole thing is going to be your Star Trek fans signing up for this CBS All Access to get access to this show.
So they get Big Bang.
And those subscriptions are going to drop real quick.
Oh yeah, if you don't get me wrong, I understand the subscription base. Now, we're going to do some pretty good supposedly. They're going to do some pretty good content with being the subscription base that you can do like HBO style, Showtime style, type of shows. Mm-hmm. Granted, I hope they don't go overboard with that kind of thinking. I hope it's more of personal reactions and maybe language. I mean, I'd be fine with that. I mean, I never understood why slang was done away with in Star Trek, but hey, you never know. The eugenics war were bad. But they had that whole subscription base put there. Granted, don't get me wrong. Let's not get it twisted. They want to make money. Mm-hmm. I get it. And making it out of Star Trek fans is probably not the best thing in the world, I would promise you. But I guess that's the only property they got they can hook people with. But anyway, I get it. But yeah, like you said, the minute that this goes south, gone. You can go ahead and shut the platform down. You're done. You are done.
Yeah, it won't last. So
I don't think it'll last anyway, but
it might. I mean,
what else do they have? What are you going to do? Watch every season of CSI, everything?
Well, I guess I was saying if Star Trek is good, it could carry
Star Trek, for however long Star Trek carries it,
yeah.
And then done. I mean, no one cares.
Yeah, they'd have to have something.
I'd say HBO Go's got the same problem.
Yeah.
When Game of Thrones is on, their subscriptions probably go through the freaking roof.
But they also, I mean, like we talked about before, they're good at comedy. They've got the
Don't get me wrong.
Veep, Silicon
Valley.
They
have a lot of great shows. I will not deny HBO is knocking it out of the park.
Their original content's pretty good.
I mean, we were talking about a show just a minute ago, Silicon Valley, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
And that's on there. And they do comedy. They do horror. I think they've got a horror one now. They do action, and they do series. Isn't there like they do sports because they've got that one where they follow around a team or something. Real sports, something like that. So they do a great job of that.
Yeah.
What does CBS have?
Yeah.
What else do they own?
Well, they're going to give you, maybe they give you access to
Big Bang.
Yeah, Big Bang Theory. There you
Big Bang Theory, CSI Everywhere. That's what it should just be called, CSI Everywhere. I can't really think of anything. I mean, and then their anthology of...
I'm thinking, like their classic library of stuff. I don't know.
I mean, if you wanted those shows, you would have bought them on Blu-ray already.
Yeah, maybe. Nobody buys Blu-rays anymore, man. It's all streaming.
It's all in the cloud. No one understands a cloud.
Nobody gets the cloud.
So yeah, that's just where I'm at with that. I'm hoping that we don't go reality star, the Housewives of Starfleet, kind of crap.
There you go. That's a good one. Yeah. Real Housewives of Star Trek Discovery.
Star Trek Discovery. Ooh. Real House Husband.
Snap.
Yeah.
House Husbands.
House Husbands.
Those exist.
House Brothers.
That's a thing.
Hey, wasn't that an
It was
HBO
something
show?
like that.
When Nick Cannon's
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
something vehicle. Yeah, that guy's made. No prenup. Good job, buddy. So yeah, I don't know. I just don't want it. I don't want it to go that route. I'm hoping that this has just come out. Somebody's taken this and ran with it. Mm-hmm. Even though it is on a lot of places right now, there's a lot of articles, but it might have been one person that said it and it blew up. But hopefully this is just, hey, they're gonna dial up the tension, and that's fine. I'm fine with that. But for the moment, if we are fighting over somebody's girlfriend, if we are having a cow about the way somebody dresses for an episode,
I think that bitch is wearing my outfit.
Ooh,
they're all dressed the same.
They're all zip backs. They're all jumpsuits. Ooh, did you see her insignias? She got that stuff. She got that peep to the side like I do. You can't do that. I don't know. I just don't care for it. So hopefully this is just me worrying more than I need to, but that's my roast. So
all right. Well, I think we ought to roll on into the debate portion today, and
that's right.
We're not actually going to debate something, but we have a topic that we'd like to get our lovely listeners' opinions on. So tell us what we're going to put out there as the poll this week.
Well, what I have noticed on some YouTube channels I have taken great interest in is that a lot of the video games, mostly first-person shooters and simulation-type games, there is a lot of people who are portraying it as real life or a profession, as it were. One guy in particular, Stone Mountain 64 is his channel, is any kind of military game. He has a lot of military lingo. He likes to become the commander, as it were, of his regiment of whatever he's playing. And it's hilarious to hear people react to it. The other one I watched was a guy who is doing Flight Simulator and has taken it upon himself to use a lot of flight lingo as he is a pilot or knows something about piloting. His channel is Air Force Proud 95. And it is hilarious. He was talking to air traffic control and evidently billing them as idiots and that they're all going to get everyone killed. And it just makes me laugh. So the topic this week is related to that. How do you like to play your games? Do you like to play as you're John Rambo and these insurgents really need to go down for America or your country of choice, Canada?
Canada's John Rambo would just apologize.
So sorry. Yeah. Greenland, wherever you are. Or do you like to just get out there and sing silly songs or make voices? I've heard a lot of things. There's one guy that can do a spectacular Mickey. And he does I want to say, I don't know his name. He does another one where he does a Donald Duck. And then he's got another one. Oh, he does some Family Guys. A lot of voices while he's playing first-person shooters and other games. So those are fun. And he just likes being funny and having a good time. So how do you guys see yourself? Do you like to play full immersion or are you just I'm on a couch and this is what I want to do for a couple hours?
Yeah, so it's really full. Like you take this as your multiplayer gaming serious business time.
That's right.
Or silly fun time.
That's right.
Where you're just goofing off. You don't really care if you want to win, but it doesn't affect you as much. But
we can look at it even when I say your serious immersion. I mean, if you play Destiny and you get your fire team, you're not getting guys that are garbage. You're getting guys that are going to get it done. You're going to get in there. You want to bust the vault open and get some swag, for your guy. And these guys are professionals. I don't know how that works in Destiny, but these guys are they're going to get in there. They know their roles. They know how to do what they're doing. Or are you just going to go in there, guns hot, talking to your buddy about the sandwich you ate at Subway that tasted like mayonnaise, even though there was no mayonnaise on it? Yeah. How do you play? How do you play, Justin?
Well, I'm very competitive by nature. So if I'm multiplayer gaming, it depends on the scenario. I would say if it's if I'm playing something like, let's say, Battlefront, and I'm playing multiplayer against humans in a death match or something, I get pretty serious business when I'm doing that.
Okay. Now,
if I'm going in with,
do you believe you are the stormtrooper?
I am.
Roger.
I am traitor. No, if we're talking about like playing Destiny, going in with a fire team and taking down an objective, like in a scenario where we're all working together, cooperative situation, I take those less seriously. Now, I know, everybody's got to play a role. We all have to do our job and get the thing done, or it's going to be frustrating for everybody. And I do that, but it's not, to me, if we fail, I mean, we're going in as a team. We're working together as a team. Gaming's supposed to be fun anyway. I'm there to have a good time. So I'm going to be a little sillier there. I'm still going to take it seriously and do my job, but I'm going to have fun with it. And if we all wipe, okay, whatever. We'll try again.
Sure.
No big deal. But in a combat situation in a multiplayer combat situation like that, going in and fighting other humans and trying to win a round, I get pretty serious about that.
Okay.
I don't want people messing around. It ticks me off if I see people. Actually, I watch my son play games like Garden Warfare 2.
Yeah.
And he does the multiplayer, and he's like, he spawns in and he's running in circles or doing something. I'm like, what are you doing? Your team needs you. Get in there.
Get in there. They're going down.
Yeah, you can't be running around back here. You're making the team weaker. Get in there and fight. So that's what I would say. It depends on the situation. But I think even so, I probably, if I had to pick one or the other, I'd say I'm more serious. I'm more business time.
You're more business time? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you use a lot of lingo?
No lingo.
We got bogeys on our, 6.
I will say
2 o'clock.
I mean, because
give covering fire.
I don't know. I don't know like official military lingo, but I'll tell you when we're doing, if I'm doing PvP, that's the word I've been looking for all along, and I couldn't find it. If I'm doing, God,
hello word,
there it is.
I found you.
Thank you for arriving in my head 10 minutes too late.
Choo choo.
I kept saying multiplayer battles.
Multiplayer. You're making up your own lingo. He's like, I've got multis all over
against humans.
Human.
Yeah, it's called PvP, dummy. I promise I play video games.
He does it a lot.
If I'm PvPing on Warcraft, and I am very willing to be the guy that's like coordinating the attack and saying, all right, I need this group here, this group do this, you guys do this, let's push forward, let's hold, whatever. I'll do that. I jump into that role.
I like being a battle planner. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably on the same page with you. I am real silly when it comes to PvP. Like, I do like to say stupid stuff. I do like to make voices. I have. It's not beyond me to say really, really silly things in the middle of a battle. I'm dying. Help me. Oh, Lord, here I come. Going to see you, Muffa. And someone's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm dying. What does it look like I'm doing? I don't care to be like that. But when it comes to Assassin's Creed,
yep.
Oh, buddy, I am stealthing it. I am Ezio.
Serious
I am Ezio. I don't play around. I'm not out jacking fools for some coin. I'm sneaking up on my targets. So, Yeah, when it comes to single player, I try to do the objectives as they should be done. I'm doing this as the character would do it.
So you're more serious single player and a little sillier multiplayer.
Yeah, I'm a role player.
PvP.
I'm a role player.
As that word I just invented.
and PvP, I am more of the,
Okay.
I don't care.
All right.
I am the guy who runs in the circles and stabs people.
Okay.
I've went all fists before. All right, so that is going to be what this week's poll is, as it were. Where do you dial it in on the realism? How do you feel about immersion? Are you a full immersion? I'm going to be not with the program for the entirety of this PvP. So that's going to be the poll. We'll put that out Thursday afternoon.
Yep.
Is that where we're going with that?
We'll do Thursday afternoon.
Thursday afternoon, so you can jump on that. And if you vote, retweet, and follow, you will become a qualified member of winning a free comic. As we are to give away this week, we are giving away...
Oh, yeah. This one's for this week.
Yeah, okay.
So
I was about to say,
we don't
he's
know
showing me a comic. I didn't want to... Okay.
I know. I got confused. This is the one we're going to give away this week, but next week it'll be something random, something new.
Yeah.
But sorry. So
Don't put things in my face.
I stopped all over you.
I can't go with things in my face here.
Yeah. You'll qualify to win a free digital comic.
Free digital comic. So this week, the free digital comic is the one we just talked about, which is Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man numero uno.
Yeah, that's right.
So as we have that, we have some interesting retweeters this week.
We do.
Which I'm really happy you guys are retweeting and really, being a part of the conversation and joining us. And I think Justin is going to do the honor by doing a rando numero.
I will pull the Google random number generator to pick a winner this time. I wanted to mention Nintendo was the poll winner. So people felt like Nintendo had the best day.
And it was just barely over. I will say it was just barely over Microsoft, which I was happy about. Yeah. I'm okay to lose to that way.
Yeah, Sony and the Field both tied
Sony
for
and the
last.
Field. Yeah, so I think Sony's made too many promises, and the Field seems like it made a lot of people angry. So
yep. All right, so here comes the random number generator. Give us our professional drum roll. The winner is Chad Rogan.
Yay!
Who calls himself a coffee aficionado.
Oh, he's barking up your tree now.
That's right. We can connect on that one. Prone to fits of apathy. That you can connect with my daughter on that one. And wannabe problem solver. But yeah, congratulations, Chad. So you have won yourself the digital version of Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man. I didn't look to see what the bonus one. There's always two, isn't there?
Oh, that's true. I forgot. You're not just getting one, guys. 90% of the time, I don't want to say 100 because I can't say for every time, but 90% of the time, you're not just getting the one digital comic. They're throwing in a couple.
Yeah,
if not one more, two.
Some other random one to go along with it.
You get Spider-Man and Rando.
Rando Commando.
Rando Commando. Oh, that's a game title. That sounds like something you got for the Nintendo or maybe the Sega Genesis.
Aha. So this time your Rando is Star-Lord Volume 1.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
So there you go. Two for the price of one. UA was super excited about it too.
She's like, yeah, Star-Lord.
Who doesn't love a good Star-Lord?
She seems like a raccoon kind of.
Oh, she would root for Rocket.
She seems like a rocket person.
Yeah. All right. So if you want to be like Chad, then vote, retweet, and follow us after this poll comes out on Thursday, and you could get the next digital comic along with a Rando Commando along with it.
So yeah, you're ready for Rando Commando.
Yep.
Which results in a Star-Lord. I think that's cool. Volume 1. I wonder what kind of artistry is on that one. So
it looks like they have made him look like Chris Pratt.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I didn't pick that one up, but I'm going to say it must be something that's supposed to be building off the movie universe.
Well, you know who can let us know? Chad.
Chad could tell us.
Chad, let us know what you think of that one once you get the old download coder, which we're not the best at doing that. Yeah. But we do get it. We do get it to people. We promise you we're not gonna stiff you on the codes, as it were. We're just we're
slow.
We're slow.
This was a busy week actually. Starting Thursday, like I said, I was out of town. I just came back into town, so now I'll have the opportunity to send that one to the previous winner.
We do apologize for our latency in getting.
You'll have it by now. By the time this episode comes out, they'll have it.
Absolutely, you will.
So, but yeah. So, and you know how you find our poll? You got to go to our Twitter account.
Absolutely, which is @nerd_news_cafe. You can also find us at our website, which is nerdnewscafe.com, which has the Twitter and the fan page links. You can go to the fan page, which is at Nerd News Cafe. Also, you can send us nasty emails at nerdnewscafe@gmail.com. Remember, all complaints go to @Landoz on Twitter, because he is always ready for a fight. And does that cover? Oh, we're also on YouTube. We're still working on some videos and some things coming your way.
And speaking of that, I wanted to mention, so Windows Movie Maker has gone away. It doesn't exist anymore.
It's no longer in the continuum.
Yeah, with like Windows 10, I guess, they got rid of Windows Movie Maker, which is what I'm used to using.
Okay.
So I went out to try to find a movie editor, and I'm finding crap. Like, I don't like any of the ones that I've found.
So you're looking for recommendations?
So what I'm asking, if our people have a good recommendation for Windows, or not Windows, but any kind of movie maker, free would be nice.
Yeah, PC movie maker. We're not looking
Microsoft.
We're not looking for studio rendered quality. We're just looking to throw some stuff.
I'm on a Windows PC, so I can't use any Apple stuff. But yeah, if you guys are movie editors, video editors of any kind, let me know what you use, because I'd love to know. What I've found so far has been really crappy.
Okay.
And I know you get what you pay for, and I'm looking for free, but I'm not trying to be a professional video editor.
No.
So,
I don't think we'll be doing a whole lot of video content because our faces are not as beautiful as Chris Pratt or Pine.
Exactly. I'm not going out to buy Final Cut Pro. Or
Final Cut Pro. Lucasfilms presents.
Yeah, I could just call up Industrial Light and Magic and see if they'll edit my videos for me. But I don't know that's in the price range.
You can hit GL up and say, "What's up?" I mean, you can throw me a freebie copy. I need it on the freeski. So yeah, we'll have some content coming your way.
Yeah.
Once we get that worked out.
It is going to happen.
It's ready. It just needs to be edited.
It needs to be cut together.
It needs to be pieced together, and our editor requires software for that.
Yeah.
So if you guys could make some recommendations, that would be highly welcomed. I think that about covers us all.
That'll do it. And we don't have our person here to wrap us up today.
I know. I will say this. I want you guys, I want to give not an assignment, but I would ask that you guys, if you enjoy the show and you like listening, tell a friend. Tell two friends.
Right.
Tell people that you know hate you but like listening. Whatever. This is how we get out. This is how, we get this nerd community, more people in the conversation, more talks. There's a lot of people been reaching out to us on the fan page, which I'm really happy about. A lot of comments, a lot of suggestions. As you said, people screaming at us about Spawn. That was interesting as in itself. But yeah, guys, just let people know about the show. Help us out. Help us get out there.
Grow the family.
And then we can all talk about it. Because everybody likes water cooler talk. No one wants to work. So I think that's all I wanted to say.
Okay. Well, then let's get out of here.
Let's beat it.
For the absent Landon Doan, I am Justin Krutzinger, and he has been Matt Weaver. Thank you again for listening to Nerd News Cafe Stir It Up. We have been your epic dynamic duo, and you've been awesome. We'll see you next time.
See you.